Let's go. Let's go. Episode 516 of the Soul Not For Sale podcast. Let's get right to it. Joe Rogan, Eddie Bravo, and Eddie Bravo needs to move out of California. Everybody knows the crime in California is getting ridiculous. The homelessness, the drugs, it's wild. It's the reason that Joe Rogan moved away from the state and went over to Texas. I think Eddie needs to be in Texas, or Florida. Eddie Bravo seems like a good Florida guy, I think that's what he should do. He tells a story that I'm about to show you about him getting robbed. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy to think that someone like him could get robbed. Now, of course, that's attempted robbery because he made his way out of it. And you're going to hear that in the story. But it just sheds light on the fact that these cities, these Democratic-run cities, these left-leaning cities are just getting too out of control. It's getting crazy. The way these guys are talking about California, you would talk about, like maybe the hood, maybe the wildest part of a hood. You talk about it like, don't drive at night. You got to watch where you go. They're just talking about California. He's just in Santa Monica. It's not even a rough area. But the whole place is getting out of control. Everyone knows these Democratic cities are getting wild. Before I bring you that clip, though, I just want to show you, this is IamCoachColin.com. We got public enemy number one, Mr. Klaus himself. We got the certified pure blood t-shirt for those of you that survived the pandemic and remain unscathed. We got the Soul Not For Sale shirt, the absolute original. Show the people around you that your soul is not for sale. Show the elites, because there's cameras everywhere. Kidding, of course, but kind of not. And we have the Great Resist shirt. And for those of you who don't know who is on this shirt, just Google The Great Reset. The guy made a book called The Great Reset. He has a lot of sinister plans for the public, which is why I've deemed him public enemy number one. You can get all those shirts at IamCoachColin.com. We have t-shirts for men and women, tank tops for men and women, and boom, hoodie like you see right here. So if you want 10% off, no problem. I'll give it to you right now. All you have to do is put in the discount code IamCoachColin. That's it. All capital letters, all one word, one L in the name Colin, and you get yourself 10% off. That's if you're buying 10 things or you're buying one thing. It does not matter at all. And if you've already done that with us before, thank you, thank you, thank you. You are much appreciated. Now let's get over to this clip. Let's go.
Song Yadong, the guy who Sanhagen fought a couple fights back, he just got robbed at a gas station at gunpoint.
In America? In Sacramento?
Yeah.
Because he's in Team Alpha Male.
I think, that's where
right.
he was at. Yeah, he's up there.
Dude, I almost got robbed, dude. They set me up, dude.
Recently?
Like about a year ago. Did I even tell you about that?
No.
Damn, dog.
In
right
LA?
There, right there off the 405, and that Chevron on the 405 in Santa Monica, dog. I almost got killed. I never get gas, like, late. Because you're a sitting duck at a gas station.
Yeah.
You're a sitting duck.
Yeah.
If someone's waiting for you,
right,
they're going to get you. And I never get gas late at night. It's fucking dangerous, especially the last couple years. And this was about a year and a half ago or something. And I get in my car, we're jamming. Like after class, we always jam. Like the whole front area, the whole front of my school, we closed during the pandemic. We never opened it. You have to come through the back. It's hard to find my school. We're a private gym. I don't want anybody walking in. So the whole front area, I got a piano in there. We got guitars, and we just jammed. We were jamming all night. Now it's fucking like 12:30. Time to go home. I turn on my truck, and it's fucking empty. I'm like, God damn it. You don't want to get gas in downtown at midnight.
Fuck no.
So I'm like, how far am I going to make it? So I get on the 10, and I'm going west on the 10, and I'm going to go up the 405. I'm like, am I going to make it? Am I going to make it? And then I got north on the 405, the lights on. I'm like, fuck it, let me just get off on Santa Monica. Got off on Santa Monica. And then you make a left and you go under the freeway, and the Chevron's on the right.
Yeah, I know where that one is.
And I'm pulling up to it. The gas station main part is closed, but the pumps are still open. But you could tell it's closed. And I pull up and I drive in, and I see two dudes with hoodies on holding like bags, like 20 yards away from me as I'm pulling in. And you know when you get a new car, it takes you forever to figure out how to lock the door. Yeah. When you come in, you're like, turn the key, and then boom. It takes you a while, like you get a rent-a-car. Yeah. But after you have a car for like 5 years, you're just like
Right.
You know what I mean? You're getting,
Right.
you know what I mean? But at first, it's like you're trying to learn that shit and how to lock it and all that. So I always practice when I get in my car. I always, as soon as I shut the door, lock. As soon as I shut the door, lock. But when you have a new car, you have to, it takes a couple seconds until it becomes muscle memory. But I had my truck, dude. I got the shit down. So I drive up and I'm looking at these two guys facing away from me with a hoodie on, and they're just standing there walking in like the gas station that's closed and away from me. I'm like, what? Then I'm just sitting there and I park. I'm like, fuck it. Okay, let me put gas. I open the door, and as soon as I open the door and I walk out, this dude pops up, boom, right in front of my car and starts walking. He's got a mask on. He comes up right in front of my truck. Dude, I jumped in and went, drove away. He goes, I'm going to wash your windows, man. And I'm like, fuck you. And I drove away, dog. And, dude, if they would have just waited until I started pumping, because I was keeping my eyes on the two guys over there. I was keeping my eyes on them. I was gonna come out and pump, and then this dude right in front of my truck pops up, boom, and he comes around, dude. I jumped in, dude, boom, bam, drove away, and he had a mask on, and he said, "I was gonna wash your windows." I'm like, "Where's your fucking squeegee? You don't got no squeegee, dude." And I drove away, and I barely made it to another gas station up on like Moraga or whatever's on, like by Sunset.
Yeah.
Dude, they almost had me, dog. They almost fucking had me.
Jesus.
If
you should never, ever drive at night.
You know what? Then I wondered. I thought, dude, I didn't sleep that night. And I'm like, and I swear to God, I felt like, okay, I have a purpose in life because I should have been dead right there. And fucking God saved me, dude.
Or you shouldn't have
God
pulled in
saved
that
me.
gas station.
Yeah. You know, the crazy thing is, though, dude, they set me up. They set me up, dog.
I think they probably do it with everybody there.
And
there's no police presence.
Yeah, and then check this out.
And they get a slap on the wrist.
No, check this out. So I was always thinking, damn, if they would have just waited for me to fucking put my credit card in and put the gas in, I wouldn't have had that time.
Right. You would have also been on the other side.
The guy popped up too soon. Because I opened the door and I stepped out, and as soon as he popped up right in front of my shit, I jumped in and went, frah! You know what I mean? Like a ninja, I locked everything and fucking turned my car and I was gone. Put the keys in and everything. Locked, put the keys in, like in half a second. So, but then I thought, maybe then I started seeing videos of dudes pumping gas and dudes like trying to rob them, and the dude would pull out the gas and spray motherfuckers with the gas.
Yeah.
And then they run. So I think maybe they thought that, don't let him get to the pump because then he'll spray us. But I wouldn't even have thought of that. But now I know, if you're pumping gas and anybody comes near you, fucking spray them with the gas.
Yeah.
Have you seen those videos?
Yeah.
That shit works. Dudes run, dog. Dudes, they fucking, they run gas all over them.
On fire. And if they shoot their gun, then they're going to light on fire.
Yeah, man. That was for like 3 days, dude. I was just like shook. I was like, damn, they almost had me, dog. They had me. If they would have just waited 5 seconds.
I can't believe you pulled in there.
Dude, my shit was fucking done.
Time to move to Texas. Get yourself a gun. You'll carry.
Oh, I got guns, dog. I got guns.
You don't have them in your car, though?
No.
I carry them in my car.
I did that for a while during like the height of all the
still
bullshit.
do.
But I felt like, damn, if I get like pulled over and they could throw me in jail.
I'll take my chances. Like when I'm doing sets at LA at night, I always have it with me.
Shh. Cut that out, Jamie.
In Texas. When I'm in Texas.
In LA at night when I'm in Texas.
LA, Texas, dog.
Dude,
Texas.
Dude, them fucking the robberies that are going on.
It's crazy, and it's unchecked, and they're letting more people out of jail.
But you know what's crazy is more and more people are fighting back. Like security guards are saying, "Fuck it." Like you're seeing this stuff. At first, dudes would just grab shit and leave. You see all the videos on Instagram.
Now they're whipping their ass.
Now they're coming back, and like customers are jumping on, and now it's slowly turning.
Enough's
right?
enough, yeah.
It's like humanity is awakening.
Like we're sick of this,
right?
Yeah.
Do you feel the awakening?
I don't want us to have to do that.
It's like
we have to go through it. We have to go through it. I think we have to go to get to the bottom before we move back up to the top. I think we have to do this. I think all this that we're going through is absolutely necessary. We needed the scamdemic. We needed the lockdown. We needed all this. We needed buy-in. You know what I mean?
Attention.
Man, Eddie's right. He's definitely right about that. You do need, like, people have to usually see the worst of an administration, of a district attorney, of a mayor. They have to see it get really bad, and then they go, okay, that's enough. But at the same time, like, I agree with Joe. It's like, man, you don't want to have to live like that. Like, listen to the way they're talking. Like, you can't drive it. Like, this is about California. My whole life, all you ever think about when you hear about California, you think about Compton, right? Where all the rappers and the Bloods and the Crips are. You think of that place, right? But then most of it, you're just thinking of palm trees and glam and glitz and Hollywood. And now they're talking about it like it's the purge. They're just like, you don't want to drive at night. You don't want to drive. You don't want to get gas at night. What? That's terrible. And listen, grew up in a suburb, right? So just to me, that's wild. This is crazy. I couldn't imagine that. I get gas anytime I want, of course, because I live in a good city, in a good community. Of course. I don't know, man. It's just nuts. And it's crazy that happened to him, because anybody that knows Eddie Bravo, if he got a hold of that guy, he could just put that guy to sleep. He could choke him to death. He could do whatever. It's Eddie Bravo. He's a genius with jiu-jitsu. He could defend himself. But even he's feeling like, I'm scared in this situation. Let me run away in this situation. Holy man. And again, it's exactly what Joe and Brendan were saying. They get a slap on the wrist if anything happens because of something that I believe is called Proposition 47. It's some act that instead of keeping people in jail, their mindset, this mayor and the people who are running things right now, these Democrats, instead of keeping people in jail, let them out sooner, and the money that would have been spent on keeping them in jail can now go towards rehabilitation. But the thing about it is, this is what happens. When you're getting caught for a crime and they give you the option of getting clean versus spending a few days in jail and just leaving pretty much scot-free, everybody just chooses the few days in jail. Because if it's about getting clean, that could be a week, that could be 2 weeks. And to somebody who avidly does drugs, that could feel worse than jail. So it's like, no, I'll take a few days of itching. Maybe even in jail, I'll be able to get a hold of something. And then I get off scot-free and I can do it all over again. I don't have to change anything. Like, come on, man. It's absolutely crazy. There's a lot of Democratic cities that are seeing the same thing. New York's experiencing a lot of that same stuff. You know, California's turning into like it's as if it's all Compton. And I don't mean to bring up Compton. That's just like, you know, the stereotypical place where it gets rough. But now the whole place is experiencing that. It's crazy, man. What Eddie just described in that story was like the purge. That's what it sounded like. As he was explaining it all, I pull up to a gas station. There's two guys standing with hoodies on away from me. The second I put my foot down, that's exactly like a movie. I put my foot down, then a guy pops up with a mask on and then says, I'm going to clean your windows. Like, what? I can tell you one thing about people who clean windows. They don't wait for you to get out of the car. They do it while you're in the car. That's how those guys work. And they don't pop up. They walk up. And they have a bucket. Like, it is just, oh, man. And they have a squeegee, like Eddie said. It's getting crazy, man. This guy could have got killed. Legit could have got killed. It's late night at a gas station. And by the looks of what he said in that story, 3 people masked up. For sure somebody had a firearm. For sure if he did too much, he would have got popped. And that'd be it. Joe Rogan, like, it's one of his best friends. Could have lost his life. Eddie Bravo, if you see this episode, get to Texas immediately. You got a friend who has $200 million. Just go to Texas and chill. I'm sure he'll help you out in any way you need it. But I know you don't need it because you got schools all over the world. Man, get out of California. Same to anybody else who's over there who feels like, you know, let's go to Florida or Texas. Tennessee's great. You know, for my conservative friends, although there is some snow there, Idaho, I'm hearing Idaho's amazing. Me and the wife have been looking at houses in Utah because Utah's beautiful, very conservative over there. Yeah, get out of California ASAP. Get out of the Democratic-run cities. Get out of them. They're becoming deadly. Anyways, guys, like the video if you haven't liked it already. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. And other than that, I am out.